Hello and welcome to EBAday 2023 in Madrid. I'm Hannah Wallace, and joining me now in the studio is Sara Solana, Senior Relationship Manager for Swift Iberia. Sara, thank you so much for taking the time out of the event to come and speak with us today.
It is my pleasure. Thank you for the invitation.
It's really good to have you here, and I'm excited to talk to you firstly about Swift's strategy, because historically it's been focused on instant and frictionless transactions. So I'm interested to hear how that ties in with the ESG agenda, but also the diversity, equity and inclusion agenda. So let's start there.
All right, that's a very complete question. So thank you for asking. And indeed, Swift's current strategy is all about paving the way for financial institutions to be able to provide instant, frictionless and interoperable end-to-end financial transactions. So for the last few years, the entire company has been focused on three main things. The first one could be updating the underlying technology of our network that, thanks to that, today is capable to orchestrate transactions end-to-end. We have been assisting to adopt ISO 20022, that is a common language that we have for the entire industry, and we have been cooperating, co-designing with the industry to deliver products and services that will have a positive impact on the final customer. But all of that has not happened in isolation. The industry is facing a moment when it looks like uncertainty is the only common factor. So for me, the real interesting question is, how can we turn all that uncertainty into an opportunity? And the only answer I can give to that question is by being creative and being innovative. And for that, we need any type of intelligence. We really need diverse talent in every step of the ladder of our companies to be able to innovate and remain relevant and potentially even came out stronger out of those uncertain times. So back to your question, innovation is the link between the business statement and the concepts of DEI and ESG agenda that may look like a little bit ambiguous, but with innovation in the middle, it really confluences very, very well.
Well, Sara, thank you very much for setting the scene. It'd be interesting to hear a little bit more about what Swift are doing in this space to promote DEI then as well.
Of course, and I'll do it with pleasure, because I honestly think that Swift is unique in many ways. And regarding DEI, we are leading by example. I like to think that Swift is the way the world moves value. And let's think about Sibos, for instance. It's our most relevant event. Everybody in the industry either has heard about Sibos or even gone to Sibos. So what do we do there? Regarding ESG, the environmental, social, and governance, we are making a big effort to make Sibos as sustainable as possible. We are looking for materials that can easily be recycle, reuse. We are sourcing locally to avoid transportation, and we are promoting extensively the usage of public transportation, for instance. Good figures about DEI for Sibos. Last year in Amsterdam, 2022, 48% of the speakers were females, where only 4 years ago, we only had 80% of the speakers. So it illustrates very well the big effort that we are doing to promote diversity that's in the bigger exposition that we have, that is indeed Sibos. But beyond Sibos, we have many interesting things that we do internally, and any employee can join those programs. For instance, we have a global mentor program where you can be part of it as a mentor, as a mentee, and you can, expand your business network. You can get tips to better manage your career progression. Another one that is, I think, very interesting, we have different employee resources groups that are groups of volunteer that you can join because you feel close to the cause for any reason, but all those groups are sponsored by an executive. So that again gives you the importance that Swift is giving to all those initiatives. And the last one that I want to mention is one that I'm really proud of. It's called the Swift Tech Scholarship. It was launched this year in 2023, and the program is all about trying to get people that maybe has been out of the workforce for a while, or maybe people with a different background who want to transition to a much more technical role, and Swift is supporting that transition. I think it's a phenomenal program and a very interesting initiative.
It's fantastic and something definitely to be proud of. Really interesting to hear what Swift are doing in this space. And taking a step back and looking at the wider picture then, I mean, by no means a small question, but what do you think the industry can do to help promote this, not through a superficial level, but to really ingrain it in the strategy of organizations then? What about that?
All right, that's not a simple question. It's actually a tough one because diversity, equity, inclusion, those values are not things. Those are not like programs or projects that you can really impose in your company. Those are values that need to be integrated in the company core values of who you are. And if you succeed, you can have a positive impact on the industry you belong to. But yeah, being honest, DEI may end up for some companies just being like a tick in the box. So what can we do to avoid that? Okay, you need to make, I will say 3 big sentences to summarize. First one, you need to make a public commitment to DEI. Second one, DEI needs to be sponsorized from top down. And the third one for me will be use the power of data. If you have good data, you will be able to have clarity about what are you doing well and where do you need to put a little bit more effort. And the same good data will help you to monitor the progress of the things that you are doing. So that's relevant. And to finish and just to leave maybe a much more personal note, it's very important that companies have DEI policies and values and programs, but at the very, very end, being inclusive and promote a diverse workforce is a day-to-day thing and a personal decision. So if you are committed with that, if you feel passionate about it, just 2 suggestions from my side. First, join a company that is aligned with this type of values. And second, bring that with you to your day interaction with your colleagues, because at the end, that's the purpose, to create a healthy, nice atmosphere where everybody feels included and everybody feels valuable. So thank you so much for this time, this little conversation. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much, Sarah. As we said at the beginning, some really sound advice to take away there. So thank you very much.
My pleasure. Thank you.